Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We continue from the previous video. We talked until here. First of all, we load the image using the image read function. So here it uses another example, logo.png. The image is stored in the img OpenCV variable. So we save the result in this variable, the returned image. Because the CV2 image read function loads the image in BGR order. Then we split the loaded image into its 3 channels BGR using CV2 split function. So we split the read image, the reading image, in 3 channels. We say the first channel in variable B, the second in variable G, and the third one in variable R. The parameter of this function is the image we want to split. So this is another function, CV2 split. So we gave it the img OpenCV, return value from image read, and then this image is splitted in 3 grayscale images, we can say, because now B, G, and R are 3 arrays. Each one we can assume each one is an image, a grayscale image. The next step is to merge the channels again in order to build a new image based on the information provided by the channels, but in a different order. So it is when we read by image read of OpenCV, the order is BGR. Now we want to change it to RGB. We change the order of the B and R channels in order to follow the RGB format. That is the one we need for Matplotlib. So we say merge. This is another function, CV2 merge. But R is the first. B is going to the end. So we save it in this variable img Matplotlib, because Matplotlib, the default of Matplotlib is that it assumes the images are in the RGB. So that's why we save the image in this variable. Normally we choose the variable names such that it says what it does, okay? Because it's a Matplotlib, so we choose the name image underscore Matplotlib. So you can choose another name, but normally it's better we choose variable names based on what they are doing. So we have 2 images, img OpenCV, img Matplotlib, which are going to be plotted with both OpenCV and Matplotlib so that we can see the results. First of all, we will show these 2 images with Matplotlib. To show the 2 images with Matplotlib, in the same video, we will use subplot, which places multiple images within the same window. So we have a window, we can place several images inside it using subplot. You have 3 parameters to use within subplot. For example, subplot M and P. In this case, subplot handles plots in a M by N grid. So M by N grid, where M establishes the number of rows, N establishes the number of columns, and P establishes where you want to place your plot in the grid. So the P establishes where you want to place your plot in the grid. To show the images with Matplotlib, we will use image show. So it is the image show of Matplotlib. So in this case, as we are showing 2 images horizontally, So we have two images and we want to show them horizontally. So we have one row, so m is 1, and two columns, n is 2. We will be using p equals 1 for the first subfigure, which is saved in ing OpenCV, and p equals 2 for the second subfigure, ing matplotlib. So let me write this program again. So first we should import matplotlib. We should write import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So we load this matplotlib pyplot as plt. Now let me convert this image shows to comment, and also I remove this one, or Control 1 to make it a comment, Control 1. So we write plt.subplot. So in this example we have three images, so I use a 2x2 grid instead of the book. So image show. So this is plt image show. Okay, so img1. Then I copy this. I copy these two ones. So now in the second part, second place, img2, and in the third place, img3. Okay, so this is plt image show. We should write also plt show to show the image. So I write plt show as well. We should put the parentheses. So we test it. I run it, F5. Oh, there is an error. What is the error? IM1 is not where. Of course, I see it. I show to you. I want to show to you line 45. Line 45. So we don't have IM1. We have IMG1, IMG2, IMG3. So I press F5 again. You see, we have two rows, two columns. This is the first place, second place, third place. We didn't put anything in the fourth place. Okay. Of course, there are some mistakes here. You should note that the third image is gray. So you should write cmap equals gray. So it's correct now. But the first and second one, what is the problem with them? The problem is that we read the images using OpenCV image read, which the order is BGR, but we want that to show them using matplotlib. Matplotlib, image show of matplotlib. Matplotlib assumes that the images are in the RGB, so we should change them if we want to correctly display the images. So we should split the images. BGR equals CV2 split IMG1. Okay, then we should merge them. For example, I put matplotlib img1 equals cv2 merge. So now we write b first. Oh, sorry, r first, rgb. So I changed the name of this as well. So matplotlib underscore. So I test it, run it. You see, this is the first one. Let me show you the fourth image, because we have a place. I show again IMG1 to see the differences. So F5, you see, this is the image in VGR format, but this is in RGB format. You see that colors are different. For example, if I make it larger, this part, you see the line here is red and the line here is blue. For green there is no differences, because green in both formats are the middle one, the index one. But here when we show the image in RGB, so these pixels are the first channel are, for example, 255. So it assumes that that channel is red. But here the first channel, which the first channel of the pixels, which is 255, it assumes that it is blue. So we should do it for other images as well. We should split them. For example, let me do it. So let me put its name 2, then 2, and then what happened? 2, and then I put the names here 3, 3, 3. So MLP underscore img2. Oh, the third one is not in it, because it's, sorry, the third one is a grayscale image, so we don't need to change that one. So let me run it again. Oh, there is an error. What is the error? MLP img2 is not defined. MLP, oh, it's MPL. You see, now everything is correct. The third images, these two images are color, and we show them in matplotlib we change the format of the colors to RGB. This is the OpenCV. Of course, it's a rank displaying, because we showed the IMG1 with matplotlib, but we read it using OpenCV and we didn't change the order of the channels. In OpenCV, the default of the order of the channels is BGR, but when we show the with matplotlib, it assumes that it's RGB. So the first channel is assumed to be red, but actually when we read it, OpenCV saves the blue channel there. So it's the rank in a rank color, the displaying what we are displaying. So maybe I remove this because it's rank. The third image is grayscale. So when we want to show an image with PLT, with matplotlib image show, then we should write CMAP equals gray. If we don't write this, you see, Control C, Control V. If I don't write that, let me show it in place 4. So this is, it converts it actually to a different thing. So you should put CMAP equals gray for gray scale images. So in the book you see subplot, it's 1 to 1, okay, it's a grid of 1 by 2. The first one, it shows the IMG OpenCV. Of course it's in rank color, but when we show IMG matplotlib, it's correct one. So here is the results of showing using matplotlib. You see here it is blue, but here it's red because it's rank now. We showed an OpenCV image with matplotlib without changing the orders, and here it's red, here it's blue, but for green there is no difference. So as you can see, the first subfigure shows the image in the rank color BGR. Oh, the first one is rank, while the second subfigure shows the image in true color RGB. In the same way, we will show the two images using CV2 image show. So we can show two images here, IMG OpenCV and IMG matplotlib, using CV2 image show. So again, I should say that the first one is wrong. Okay? The second one is correct. So if we run the second program, you see this. As expected, the screenshot shows the image in true color, while the second figure shows the image in the rank color. So additionally, if we want to show the two images in the same window, we will build a full image that contains. So I will explain more in the next video. So let me stop here. Bye for now.